Created by Ronan Bennett, Mobland originally started as a Showtime spin-off prequel to the hit series Ray Donovan, aiming to explore the origins of the family surrounding the infamous Fixer. However, when that project fell through for undisclosed reasons, the show was rebranded as Mobland. Even with the shift, the DNA of Liev Schreiber's quick-thinking Fixer remains evident, reflected in a similar role played by Tom Hardy. Stepping into the shoes of Harry, Hardy plays a man who keeps the fragile peace between London's crime families by cleaning up messes and brokering deals. His performance is outstanding, capturing the balance of a man who is often the smartest in the room but knows better than to show it. He is deferential when needed, forceful when required, and carries the same commanding energy that holds a show together. The first episode introduces many of the central characters, including the key members of the Harrigan family and their primary rival, Richie Stevenson. It also sets up the overarching conflict of Mobland, a brutal territorial and product war between the southern London-based Stevenson gang and the aggressively expanding Harrigans. Tensions skyrocket when young Tommy Stevenson disappears after a night out with the unpredictable Eddie Harrigan, making the situation intensely personal. The night begins innocently enough when Eddie and Tommy, despite their family's fierce rivalry, decide to go clubbing together in an act of defiance. However, things take a dark turn when an intoxicated Eddie stabs a man he believes was about to attack him. Forced to flee, they eventually find themselves alone, and despite Tommy's reservations, he leaves with Eddie. From that moment, Tommy vanishes without a trace, and his family grows increasingly desperate to find him. Their fears intensify upon discovering he was last seen with Eddie. When confronted by Harry, Eddie lies about the night, making himself look even more suspicious. To make matters worse, his father later notes that Eddie returned home covered in blood, something that didn't align with the earlier altercation. Though nothing is confirmed yet, it seems highly likely that Tommy met a grim fate at the hands of the impulsive Eddie. The mounting evidence suggests something terrible happened, and Richie Stevenson is out for blood, knowing Eddie was probably involved in his son's disappearance. While the episode features violent moments at both the start and end, the final murder is the most shocking. Maeve, a key player in the Harrigan family, begins to suspect Archie, Conrad's childhood friend and close associate, of being a traitor working with the Stevensons. Her suspicions seem validated when Archie pushes back against Conrad's intricate plan to seize control of London's fentanyl trade. Archie tries to persuade Conrad to allow the Stevensons to deal fentanyl and redirect their focus elsewhere, something Maeve had already foreseen before their conversation in the family's living room. The heart of London, positioned between Harrigan and Stevenson territories along the River Thames, is likely what Maeve refers to as the Fire, a historical nod to the Great Fire of London in the 1600s. As she accuses Archie of betrayal, Conrad retrieves a gun and returns to confront him. Interestingly, Conrad questions both Maeve and Archie, indicating his uncertainty. However, in a revealing moment, Maeve appears to be the true mastermind, influencing Conrad's decisions from behind the scenes. Ultimately, Conrad pulls the trigger, killing his old friend. Afterward, he lashes out at Maeve, visibly shaken. His reaction could stem from the pain of killing a longtime friend, or perhaps he is second-guessing whether Archie was truly a traitor. Maeve's growing influence over Conrad becomes an intriguing subplot. She not only convinced him to spare Richie earlier, but also pressured him to eliminate Archie. This dynamic sets up an unfolding mystery about Maeve's true loyalties. The episode also showcases Harry's role as a fixer, as he arranges a tense meeting between rival gangs in an underground setting. The goal was to resolve a dispute between two factions involved in distributing and consuming Harrigan heroin. While an agreement is seemingly reached, Harry remains skeptical that the violence will cease. Conrad, sensing the inevitable, orders the simultaneous elimination of both gang leaders, personally executing one of them. In a strategic move, Conrad extends an offer to another organization, the Maltese, to fill the power vacuum left by the bloodshed. The Maltese agree, offering a 20% higher cut than their predecessors. This ruthless business decision highlights Conrad's aggression and strategic mindset, immediately establishing Mobland's brutal tone. It also underscores the unwavering loyalty Harry must demonstrate to navigate the deadly underworld of London's crime families. From the very beginning, Mobland makes a powerful impression, an intense mix of crime, betrayal, and power struggles. As the pieces fall into place, it's clear that no one can be trusted and survival will come at a steep price.